Huh. Sorry. Okay. So every time that I've been doing a milestone video, I've had one new thing that I've included. So 5,000 subscribers got the party blower. 10,000 subscribers got the hat. 25,000 got a clacker. I've lost the clacker, guys. I tried to find another one. With quarantine and everything, all the places are closed. I couldn't find one. Sorry. Party popper, that was 50,000. And at the end of my 50,000 subscriber video, I said that if I hit 100,000, that I would get a sparkler. So I, again, with the world being closed down right now, it was difficult to find sparklers. They're like a controlled item, so you can't order them online. So I tried, but I did find these. Okay, so instead of a sparkler and not having the clacker, that is not okay. That is no way to celebrate 100,000 subscribers. So I took it to the next level. I'm trying not to drop this, and I got a cake. Actually, let me move this this way so you can see the cake properly. There it is. 100K all the way. There we go. And so I'm going to take these little candles, and those are going inside the cake. I think with the sparkler candles and a cake, that is celebrating. I think that works. Let's just hope that I don't burn down my apartment in the process. Okay, I'm gonna stick just a few of these in here because I'm a little nervous. Okay, let me flip you around here. Okay, there we go. Oh, sorry. Hold on, let's get a lighter here. Okay, I got my hand there. Okay, didn't fully think this through, guys, but we're gonna make it work. Okay, here we go. All right. Oh, nice. Yeah. Oh, I should do it the other way so I don't burn my thumb. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Okay, here we go. This all happened very, very suddenly, guys. I just decided to do this live stream literally 30 minutes ago. Oh, okay. Everybody stay calm. So, but I did get the cake in advance because I knew it was going to happen. There it is, guys. 100K all the way. That's right. 4 candles for 25,000 subscribers for each candle. There's some sparkling going. Yeah. I feel a little bit safer. I was worried about the sparklers indoors. I won't lie. I should probably move these flammable things. But having these little sparklers going up, I think I probably won't light my entire place on fire. There we go. Ooh. And yeah, what's real fun right now is that in New York City, actually, I'm gonna talk while I'm showing you this thing just to have the glory of the sparklers. But yeah, in New York City right now, there's like this app called Citizen, and it shows all the crime that is happening in New York City by the minute. It's kind of like a social media thing because people can comment on it and stuff like that. So on Citizen, it shows all the crimes and like tragedies that are happening in New York. And what's happening a lot now, because everybody is quarantined, people are setting a lot of fires because people are home and they're cooking and they've never cooked before because it's New York City. So on Citizen, like every single day, there's just like tons of fires happening because of that. Because people are like burning toast and like they just don't know how to cook. I do not want to be one of those people, so I'm gonna put this out right now. Let's see if yeah, I don't want to be a statistic. Let's do it. These are oh they're like trick candles. Oh God. Okay. Pray for me. Okay. All right, there we go. Great. We're okay. We survived the celebration, guys. All right, I'm gonna flip this back around. There we go. That was a little tense. And next time I hit a next time I hit a milestone, we should create something else to celebrate, right? So this has been so many layers. In the beginning, I meant this as a joke to have this like a little party blower, but as I've been adding, now we're actually getting into a real party here, aren't we? So yeah, let's see. We went from party blower. Next was oh, I just said it and I already forgot. Yes, we had the hat. Then we had a clacker. Then we had a popper. Then we had sparkling candles and a cake. Next time, I'm gonna try to do as much of that as I possibly can. Plus, plus. Well, first I should tell you when it's gonna be. 250,000 subscribers. I'm gonna make another celebratory video. It's gonna take a while, if it ever happens. But it will be worth the wait because when we get on this channel 250,000 subscribers, we're gonna pull out all the stops, guys. We're gonna go crazy. I'm gonna get all the things that I had: the blower, the sparkler, the clacker. If we're out of this pandemic, the clacker, and I'm gonna get a balloon. We're gonna do it right. At 250,000, we're gonna do it right. So, guys, I just wanted to make this video to thank you all for sticking with me, for joining. I know we have a lot of new subscribers. Thank you for joining the channel. I've been doing this channel, I don't know, for especially the people who are new. I have had this channel for a long time. And, there's a lot of YouTubers out there, and they do this thing that I don't like. They're like, hey, guys! Like, everyone's so happy, and it just doesn't... That's just not me. But if you make videos like that, I feel like those guys really do well. Like, they make this connection thing, and me, I'm just like, I don't try to do that. I try to be weird, which is... takes a little bit more time. But yeah, some people, they got like million subscribers and all they're doing is they're just being friendly. Me, I'm being whatever this is. And it took 7 years to get to 100,000 subscribers. But that is because this sort of content is a very special kind of content. Going around eating fruit, just doing whatever, that is special. This is not a channel to make you feel like I don't even know what those guys are doing. This is something else. And I just want to thank you all for sticking with me. If you've been here for a while and for joining now. And now that I've hit 100,000, I think what I want to do from here on is pretty much the same thing, but just do it more of it and better. That is what I want. So I think that everybody here, you appreciate this sort of content, this sort of style of channel, and I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. And I hope you guys enjoy everything that comes out as we go forward. So I want to talk about a little bit of how this started. I think this is probably a good moment to tell the origin story of this channel. I may have mentioned it like a little bit here and there in Q&As or something, but with this channel, I never intended to make a channel about fruit hunting. I always had the interest in traveling around, and I always had the interest in exotic fruit. Just being I was raised vegetarian, so um, having going out and getting a fruit was interesting to me. But so was trying new types of candy, new types of things. I just kind of like had that curiosity, but with fruit, it was interesting because it's like coming from nature. It was like it seemed like there's nothing. It's not like food where you can make an unlimited number of dishes using ingredients. This was something that had like a finishing line. There's only so much fruit out there, so it was really appealing to me to go out and try to find the different types of fruit. That was before I had any idea of doing anything. When I was a kid, I would do that. When I was a kid and I'd go to the grocery store, my parents would let me pick out one thing, but it had to be healthy. So I would always go and I'd get fruit. So I'd pick out like a pepino melon. I think I got once, and I get like the weird red bananas and coconut. I got a couple of times. Like that was my childhood. And then when I got older, I started doing it more. I traveled a little bit and I tried fruit. I just like enjoy it. But then when I was in Malaysia for the first time, and this was the end of 2012 and beginning of 2013, I was in Malaysia. I was there for 3 months for performing. So for those that are new, I'm an entertainer. I'm a contortionist. So I do acrobatics and fire eating and all this weird stuff. I was doing that in Malaysia, and I just wanted to keep a vlog. I'd never been away from home for that long, so I just started vlogging, and I was vlogging for myself and maybe thinking of putting it up online. I guess I think at the time I knew I was going to put it online, but not when I was doing it. I was just collecting this footage while I was there to upload later. And when I was filming it, so I made a video just like, so it was my first day in Malaysia, and I did a few videos like that, and then I did one where I reviewed a fruit, and that was the first episode of this channel, the Tamarillo. Someone corrected me. It's not Tamarillo. It's Tamarillo fruit. I found one of those at a supermarket in Malaysia called Cold Storage, which had like more like weird stuff, like Western food and stuff from Australia and stuff like that. I think that was probably from Australia even. And I did that review just for another thing for a vlog. I also filmed a few things of junk food, like the junk food videos I've been putting up recently. That was part of those vlogs. But when I like got home and I looked back at all the footage, and like watching the content where it's just me talking about what I did that day, it didn't seem that interesting to me. I was just like putting myself in the eyes of a viewer. It's just like, yeah, who cares? But the fruit, I thought that was something. And I looked online. I didn't really see any other YouTube channels doing it. There were a few people, but this was YouTube in 2013, so it was limited, the number of people who were doing channels about fruit, and the majority of people who were doing these channels that were more like either it's about like health benefits or it's about lifestyle. Those are generally the two things that people do. It's like, I'm going to make a video about fruit because I'm a fruitarian and you should be a fruitarian. I didn't want to do that. I think you guys should do whatever you want. I'm vegetarian. I'm not trying to make people vegetarian. I'm not trying to make people eat fruit. I just thought fruit was interesting. I wanted to appeal to everybody. And I didn't want to make a channel that was so much about health, because health is like the health benefits of fruit is like a tenuous thing. There's a lot of fruit is good for you, no doubt about it. Some fruit does stuff, some fruit doesn't, but that it's such like a controversial topic. I don't like touching it. I just want to like make stuff that's like entertaining and educational, more of a science-based sort of review show. And I didn't see like hardly anybody doing that. So I decided Okay, I'm gonna stick with that. So I started with the Tamarillo, and then I went on to the Langsat and the snake fruit and durian and jackfruit and like all that. All during actually durian was my second year, but all during my first year in Malaysia, I did a bunch of videos and I started releasing them, and it was fun. It was really fun doing it. And when I got home to New York, I kept doing what I normally would do. I kept, going out and trying to find fruit for my own amusement. But now that I had this YouTube channel that was like at that point like 100 subscribers strong, I figured I would share that. And as I went along, I just kept doing it. And then I went to Malaysia 3 times. I went there for 3 winters. And by the end of my third time there, that was like episode 100. That was my third year there. So, yeah, so I was doing those videos for a while, and yeah, that's how it started. It never started as like this is what I'm going to do. It was just kind of something that, came to be this way. And all like this crazy stuff like making the ketchup videos and the videos about plants and the weird curiosities I have and all that. That is all stuff that I would not have done if it wasn't for you guys. I just the sort of just having like people watching and like wanting something that's got a little bit more to it, like more production values and going in weird directions and stuff like that. That is something that I probably wouldn't have done on my own. So it's gone down this very weird rabbit hole for sure. Like this channel has gone so much further than I thought it would be. Like I originally had no intention on this becoming anything. When I hit 100 subscribers, I was happy for that. When I hit 5,000, I was very surprised. So to be here today and hit 100,000 is like just so beyond like what I could possibly think about. I would never have thought it would have reached this when I started. I wasn't planning on reaching anyone. A lot of people they start YouTube and then they instantly like monetize it. Like I wasn't even out to make money with it. Like when I started the channel, I don't think I monetized it for like several years, just because it was just fun for me. It wasn't meant to be any sort of living. And now with the current state of the world, this is actually very helpful for me. Like little aside, because performing is not doing so hot right now. I can't normally. I'm an entertainer, so I would be going out in the world and doing shows, public events. Those aren't happening right now. So to have another source of income like this YouTube channel is very handy, and also just something to occupy myself is amazing. So since I've been, kind of like locked inside, working on fruit videos has been like so much fun. It's making the time go by. I'm having so many ideas and everything just from being in the situation. Normally, like so much of my energy goes towards those other sorts of endeavors of mine, like doing performing and all that. So working on these videos is like a way for me to like express myself, and it's just I've been having like, I mean, what's going on in the world is really bad, but I've been able to make make the most of this sort of situation where like I can't really go outside, but I can think about other projects. I could work on all these things. So it's really important and such a valuable thing to have this right now. Speaking of which, I'm talking about all the other projects and things I've been working on while I'm here. I wanted to do something special for hitting 100,000, just for the channel in general. And when I hit 50,000, for those who are here, when I hit 50,000, if you saw that update video, what I did at the end of that is I did a special small series where I went fruitarian for an entire week, which was a very interesting experience. If you haven't seen those videos, check those out. That was one solid week where I ate nothing but fruit and all raw. And yeah, that was how I celebrated, which was But it was like a very interesting situation. I thought like that was a way to like mark the occasion. So to do this 100,000, I'm going to do something else. I'm also going to do a little side series. It's not going to be super long, maybe uh, longer than the fruitarian thing though. Probably like I haven't done the math. I think it's going to be like 10, maybe 14. I think it's gonna be like 15 videos. Like 15 videos, I think, if you do all the math. But it'd probably be like in chunks. And what it's going to be. Hold on, I'm gonna get a sip of water. Building suspense. What it's gonna be is I'm gonna make a series about milk alternatives. Like plant-based milk alternatives. Because like if you go to like the natural food stores around here, there's like shelves just filled with them. They're made out of like everything. There's like almond milk and cashew milk and oat milk and soy milk and rice milk and walnut milk and hazelnut milk and pistachio milk, and there's any of them. Those are all real. There's avocado milk. There is quinoa milk. There's more. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like a kind of like a tournament. I'm thinking like Mortal Kombat in my mind, okay? Where two different milk alternatives face off against each other, and the winner will go against another winner. And we're gonna do like tournament style. I haven't come up with a good name for it. Like milk off. No, that sounds terrible. Milk face off, milk tournament, milk capades. If you know a better name, if you can think of a good name for this, let me know. But like a fake milk face off. That's a good one. A fake milk face off of different fake milks. Uh, and in the end, I'm gonna pick one that is better than anything out there. So that's how I'm going to celebrate this. Another way to celebrate this milestone is by creating a small series that I will release coming up. I already filmed a little bit of content for it, so it'll probably be maybe in the next 2 weeks, something like that. I want to say a week, but I probably need more time. So probably like in 2 weeks or so, I'll be starting to post those, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. So in the end, it's gonna be there'll be a big winner, but I'm gonna try to put some more production value into it, try to make it a little bit more than my typical you know, what do you call it, like talking head sort of thing. It's gonna have a little bit more production to it. And okay, what else do we need to talk about? Oh, I should eat some of this cake. I'm like looking at, it's an ice cream cake too, so this thing needs to be eaten before it just turns into a big puddle. So let's see, how do we do this? Okay, I'm gonna flip this around again. Sorry that you're looking up my nose, everybody. Okay, all right, there we go. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, I'm sure we're everyone's curious what kind of cake this is. Is it a banana cake or a fruit cake? Nope. This is. Whoa. Apologize for the loud noises. Let's see if this is still solid. Oh god. This is hard to do with one hand. Oh, I'm making a mess. Okay. Here we go. There. Nice. Sitting right there. That is fudge crunch, guys. That is vanilla on the top, chocolate on the bottom. We got lots of those crumbles in there. Oh yeah, no, not a wood apple cake. Oh my god. Although I hear the wood apple is actually quite good, and I just keep getting burns. Oh, it's got like M&Ms in there too. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, all right, flip this around again. I'm gonna get frosting all over my screen. There we go. Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna put this up. A little bit. Okay. With me, guys. This is entertaining content here, but I'm making a total. Right. Here you go. Okay, yes, we have ice cream cake. And yes, guys, I am not a vegan. I'm sorry. I probably should have gotten a vegan cake because I know a lot of vegans do like my channel. I apologize to the vegans out there. This is a vegetarian cake. It's not a vegan cake, but yeah, they don't unfortunately have a whole lot of vegan bakeries open right now. So this is the best I could do. Mm-hmm. Now that's how you celebrate Baskin Robbins. A lot of places are closed right now, so it actually took me a long time to find this. I went around, we walked for like 5 miles or something, looking around, trying to find bakeries and stuff, and some couple of sketchy ones out there, but this one was, I think, the best way to celebrate. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that was a good idea. Okay. All right, so we tried the cake. We talked about the origin story of the channel. This thing itches. Um, and I've got a little cheat sheet here. So let me discuss a couple things, and we'll open it up for Q&A in case anyone has any questions. I've seen some donations going through, people contributing. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see if I can figure out how I can find your names on really. I'm gonna first go through my little list here, but I have been seeing them go by, guys, and I really appreciate that. That really does help the channel with the contributions and everything. And thank you. A special shout out to patrons also. Like this channel, wouldn't be able to continue without all the support that I get from you guys just watching and also contributing on here and on Patreon. So thank you so much, guys. Like it's our they could be expensive. So without your help, this channel would definitely not be happening. At least not to the level that it is right now. It really does mean a lot to me, guys. So thank you so much. Okay, what was I gonna say? Oh yes, there is still going to be a travel hiatus for anyone who didn't see the last channel update. So Australia, unfortunately, didn't happen because of the coronavirus. However, as soon as things lift here, I'm going to immediately start planning a trip. It's not going to be Australia right away. That's going to be probably next winter, probably like in February or March. Yeah, so that's going to be pushed back a little bit. But the next trip, not sure where it's going to be. I do owe everybody a trip to Hawaii, so maybe it's going to be Hawaii. It just hasn't really worked out going to Hawaii right yet, so I do still need to do that. That was a goal on Patreon for a while, was to hit a certain a milestone on Patreon, and then I would go on a trip to Hawaii. And I've hit that. I hit that a while ago, and I just like haven't been able to work that out. So I apologize. That's that on all the patrons out there, but that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen. Hopefully, if not this summer, it's gonna be within once. Well, it'll have to wait until the pandemic is cleared up a little bit, but probably within like the next year, like within the year coming forward. Ideally, I'll be going to Hawaii. So maybe that's going to be the next one, but we'll have to see what's going on. Things are a little crazy right now. But then, yeah, also Australia and might be going to Morocco as well. But that one, still planning on that one too. So that's all the travel coming forward. I would also like to travel a little bit more around the U.S. again. Go to California again. I might be visiting Stephen Murray, who I've traveled Africa with. I might be going over there. And might do a little bit more as well. Maybe I'll go to Florida again. It's been a while. I need to travel, guys. It's I've been locked up inside this apartment for a while, so I'm like itching to go. So as soon as things relax, I'm gonna start making some posts about future travel plans. So stay tuned for that. Um, Next, yeah, I think that's about it. First, I'm gonna take a look at my screen here. So I think I could probably see who contributed on. Oh, I can like scroll. So I'm poking at the screen right now. I see Golden Dragon. Thank you so much for that slice of cake. Uh, I wish it would do just like all of them, but I can't see who contributed. So I apologize for that. I see Magic Tech Review did. Thank you very much. And uh, yeah, I don't see it. I'm sorry, guys. I can't see that, but I did see them as they went by. So thank you so much. If you oh, Andrea is saying Dana Black, Aaron Schiff, Lochran Doherty. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, guys. Oh, thank you for that. What is that? A dancing pear saying cool. Thank you very much. Anyone else who contributed, let me know, and the comments on these things scroll by real fast, so I'm gonna keep my eyes open. And yeah, thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate that. Something about gardening. Thank you. Thank you, Andrea, for moderating. You're keeping close tabs. Thank you, Kim A. Something about that was it. I thought she was saying something about gardening, like she didn't know the full name, but that's it. Thank you very much. Something about gardening. Um, okay, so I'm gonna answer a couple of questions. So if you have a question, let me know. I apologize if I don't get everybody. Oh, thank you, Andrew. GGG Glider said I can get a whole bunch of views if I do a pepper month. I've been doing peppers a lot. If you haven't seen the chili playlist, there's a lot of peppers. And there's a lot more. I was sent a box of about, I think it was 76 peppers by mattspeppers.com. Thank you, Matt, if you're watching this. So I have a lot of pepper videos coming up. I just can't post them like too frequently. Those are like a Friday video. So those are going to be coming up. Just tune in on Fridays. I say like I'm going to try to put out like one a month. But yeah, there's going to be pepper videos for a while. Lots of them. A. Wetmore said, "What is your holy grail fruit?" That would be the kasusu. The kasusu is this really weird fruit. It looks like if you took like a ball of corn niblets and you shoved a bunch of like pears in it. Kind of looks like that. It's a really, really alien looking. And I've always wanted to try it just because it looks so strange. I don't know anything about what it tastes like. It just looks so strange. And I went to Borneo to a place where I knew that they had it. And I found the tree, but it wasn't in season. So I need to go back to Borneo in order to try it properly. So I do want to go back there. So maybe like in the next couple of years. I mean, I can only go on so many trips. So I would like to go there again and finally scratch that off my list. But it's just so crazy looking. And because I got so close to having it, didn't quite make it. I saw, I think it was JK. I'm sorry if I didn't catch that name properly. Said, "What is the sexiest fruit?" Or what I think the sexiest fruit is. Probably the Coco de Mer. The Coco de Mer is awfully sexy. I mean, it's like, if you didn't see those videos, I did a big documentary on it. But it looks from one side, it looks like, well, from both sides, it looks like the pelvis of a woman. And it is like anatomically correct in size as well. The other thing is this guy right here. It's got a cowboy hat on it, by the way. This is the akebia fruit, which, I mean, there you go. That is also quite sexy looking for sure. All right, so let's get to another question here. Stephen Haynes asked if I think it's safe to travel in Asia. Um, I mean, not counting what's happening right now in the world with the coronavirus, it would really depend on where you're going in Asia. So Asia is a big place, and even in general, actually pretty safe. I say the majority of Asian uh, countries have a lot of safe areas in them. So I'd say it's pretty safe to travel. Um, yeah, and yeah, out of all the traveling I've done in Asia, I haven't really had any real issues or anything. China, everywhere I went in China was super safe. Everywhere I went in Malaysia was super safe. Japan was super safe. I mean, I went to the Philippines, and the Philippines was there was some really bad poverty there. But even then, like walking around, uh, people were very sweet to me, to a point where like I was actually like a little bit um, surprised. I felt like kind of guilty because I was walking around in areas that felt kind of dangerous to me, like people like living in shacks and stuff like that, a lot of homelessness, and I was just kind of like coming from New York City, I'm like kind of like on my guard, and I felt like such a jerk because when I walked around, like people would see me instead of being like asking me for money, people would ask me if I wanted to come in and have dinner with them. So it was like it was a poor place, but not dangerous. And even in areas I went to that were considered to be do not go, this is a dangerous area, it was all the same. Like people were very sweet to me. I didn't feel unsafe. Um, but there's definitely dangerous areas in anywhere in the world. Okay. A fictional fruit that I really wanted to taste. That was from I didn't see that. Ben Snebseer said that. Uh, I don't know one in particular, but one I'll show you. I'll do a little show and tell of this book that I have. That's pretty cool. This is the Codex Seraphinianus, which, if any of you out there who are book nerds, you might recognize that name because this is one of the rarest books out, or it used to be one of the rarest books out there, and copies would go for like $500. This is the second edition that came out just recently, which is not hard to find. But in here, there's a whole section of fruit from like alien planets. Like this book is really weird. It's full of just like this crazy. It's like if a book was found on an alien planet is basically what it is. And if you look at all the text is really weird. It's not any actual language. It's a really cool book. So if you go through here, you'll see things like like an entire chapter on like the different animals that I'm assuming would be from this alien planet or different dimension or whatever it is. But there is a section on fruit, which I'm not sure how easy it is for me to find this. But I will take 10 seconds to look and see if I can find some alien fruit for you. This is thrilling content, I know. Oh, I found some. Okay. Yeah, so the art in this book is amazing. Like, look at... I hope this is not infringing any copyrights, but there's a whole section on botany from another planet. And they're just, like, beautiful, like, anatomical drawings on there. Yeah. I mean, I would say, like, if you... any fruit from there would be one that I would like to try. And so that I think any of those would be cool. And if you want to see more from that book, do a Google search online. I think pretty much the whole book is on. is. A lot of people like getting tattoos of it. Okay, so let's see what other questions we've got here. And I noticed like a few comments coming through. They're like deleted by moderator, deleted by moderator. Uh, yeah, Andrea and Griffin out there, thank you for moderating. You're doing a great job. You could also boot people out if they're being troublemakers and trolling a lot. Just kick those guys right out. We don't have any room for them in this live stream. Okay, so I'm gonna take a couple more questions, and then I think we're gonna call it a night. Been going on for over 40 minutes, and didn't feel like it at all. Um, I'm being asked if putting pineapple on pizza is all right. Now, I'm not going to say whether or not I like it, because that is a very controversial thing to say. But I would say putting more fruit in savory things in general is something that is, I think putting more fruit in savory things in general is a great. Oh, thank you. Oh, we were asked. I was asked a few times about the cat. Here she is. Yeah, she's got the. What do you call it when they have two different colored eyes? Chimerism. Yeah, she's not happy right now. She wants to go back on the floor and cause trouble. Yeah. Okay. Goodbye. I forget what I was saying. Okay. Oh yeah, pineapple on pizza. I think I'm not like the biggest fan of it. I've had it a few times. I'm like, this is okay, but I think in general I'd rather probably like a cheese pizza. But I think putting fruit in savory things in general is a good idea, because there's so many things that you can do. I think fruit and vegetables are kept so separate, and they really shouldn't be. So like I've had salads before where it'd be like radishes and different sorts of like crunchy sort of jicama and things like that, crunchy vegetables with watermelon thrown in. And it's so good. Like mixing fruit in with savory things, I think you have like so many possible things that you can do. Which is why I'm making like the videos about like the ketchup and stuff like that. I want to like show how fruit can kind of be used in applications that you wouldn't expect. Because I think in people's minds a lot of times it's so black and white. Like a tomato is a fruit. No, it's a vegetable, and people fight about that. But if you go to some countries, like if you go to China, you can get like tropical fruit drinks that has like apples and orange juice and mango and all that, just like blended up with tomato juice also. Like they'll put that in there. People love it. It's maybe more acquired, but people in some countries treat tomatoes like a fruit, or they put sugar on it. There's a gray line, and there's a fine line. And if you get to heirloom tomatoes, sometimes you get one that's like really fruity tasting and doesn't taste savory at all. There's so much more out there. So I think, yeah, you can use fruit in a lot of things, including pizza. Pineapple pizza, it's all right, but yeah, I think you can do a lot with it. Okay. Tomato pie is great. I've had that before. Savory though, and I think I had that. Oh, I forget where that's a thing. Where was I where I had tomato pie? It's like Kentucky or something. Okay, so I'm going to answer two more questions. I don't know what that means. RH is growing indigo rose tomatoes. Those are really good. I had that one. Have you ever had a coconut? No. I'd actually like to do a video about coconut, but like everything. When I was in college, just to pass the time because I don't drink, I made coconut muffins using everything coconut I could possibly use. So instead of milk, I use coconut milk. Instead of flour, I use coconut flour. Instead of sugar, I use coconut sugar. There's probably some other things, like every possible ingredient that I could swap out for coconut. Oh, instead of oil, I use coconut oil. I swapped it out for coconut version of it, because there's coconut everything for reason. I did all that and I made it. They were awful, really, really bad. I thought I was like, that's why you don't play God. You know, I blended all those things together. It did not make for a good baked good. But yeah, I've had a lot of coconut, guys. Uh, okay, one more question. Let's make it a good one. I should try some bush tucker fruit. Yeah, I'm hoping to. I'm planning on going to Australia over the winter coming up in, well, 2021. Uh, okay, Lochran Doherty. Oh, first of all, thank you very much for the $2 Australian. And Lochran asked what I want to do in Australia. So my Australia trip is well, provided he can still come with me. I was going to go in 2020, and it got, unfortunately canceled. And I was going to go with Stephen Murray, and we want to go to a fruit festival that happens there, and also visit a bunch of different farms because stuff that in Australia, like everything grows there. Like people grow, there's so many people growing fruit there. So I want to like go out there and try to find some really rare stuff. And my knowledge of plants is fairly limited. I know the fruits that I've had, and I know fruits that I'm really want to try. But traveling with Steven is amazing because he's got like an encyclopedic knowledge of all the fruit in the world, basically. So he'll just like see a plant and be like, "Oh, that's this one. Yes, we can eat it," and, which is amazing. So traveling with him in Australia will be very, very helpful, and more fun that way. So we're gonna probably travel together to Australia to do fruit hunting like we did in Africa. And besides just like foraging around like we do, we'll probably hit some markets, visit some farms because there's a lot of exotic fruit growing fans out there in Australia, and maybe hit a festival that's going on over there. And yeah, the what people call bush tucker fruit, which is fruit that only really exists in Australia. It's out like in the outback that Aboriginals will eat. That, or I guess that's maybe not the correct term. I apologize, that's like not the correct term. That the natives there eat. That's like a whole world of fruit that you just can't get anywhere else. So what uh, what I would really love to do is try to find some of those things because some of those fruits are very, very difficult to find outside of Australia. You have to be like growing it, and if you go to Australia and you forage around, you can find them. And there's that's another thing that people tend to collect and grow on their farms. So that would be very, very cool. That's stuff that to do properly, you need to go to Australia to do. So I'm hoping to find a lot of the wild food that's out there, stuff that is endemic to Australia. Uh, okay, so I think that is about it. We're going on 50 minutes. This has been going on for a while, guys, and I think this is probably a good point to end the stream. So before I go, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and thanks for sticking with me if you've been here for a while. Thanks for joining if you are new to the channel. It's 100,000 subscribers. It's much more than I ever thought I would ever get to, and it's all thanks to all you watching. So thank you, thank you, thank you for tuning in. And hopefully I'll be making another video like this, a milestone video, sometime soon. And I think that's it. So I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.